And what a nice morning we have here in Murata, Miyagi. We're here in Sportsland SUGO for round 2 of the Formula Hololive Japan qualifier season. We're here in SUGO for the SUGO Super Prix. That being said, let's take a look into what the track looks like here. Only 3.7 kilometers of the racetrack that we're going to be dealing with here in the SUGO Super Prix. Track length only a smidge over 3.7 kilometers, or just about 2 miles. 12 corners, including the very long sweeping final corner and the very tricky first 4 corners, or rather the first 6 corners that make up the first sector. And just a reminder to you everyone that we are going to be running the Super Sprint format for the all Formula Hololive Japan weekend from this point on. So there will be 2 races here in Formula Hololive Japan for each races. So we're going to be looking at 34 laps for each race. Track lap time 105.694 for these cars as they get on into qualifying. As we mentioned before, 2 races in 1 round, and this means that we will be running 2 races today, all in the same track. So let's take a look into the split standings for Split A, as standings of Run 1 Fuji, adjusted for driver changes. Austin Wizard now replaces Sean Pauli in the Inugami Korean number 56. No changes from everyone else. We have mentioned that Rusty Kurashi has had an amazing start to the season with a win and 4th place at Fuji. Shaki Reza currently has the one of the last is it on the wildcard spot, so we'll see whether or not he can make it from there. And then we can also see that there's Kaminari Riba, Raji Kaczynski, and then we've got more new drivers here. Chaka Labradores for Natsura Matsuri, and then we got Raymond Rosales for Shiranui Flair, Lexi Bowen for Shuragai Noel. We got Callum Gibbons and Rim Olgor also occupying the back spots in the Split A standings. Get out of the way. We are just going to go for an around the grounds thing before we actually start qualifying. Apologies if there's a slight flu. As I'm still recovering from an illness. My name is Mama Reza in the commentary booth, and this will be a solo commentary. This will be a solo commentary gig as it stands right now, so we are just going to anyways, we are just gonna go for an around the grounds thing, and looking at IndyCar 16, that is also currently being hosted by DAG in VTRP. We just had the news that Annie has won at Michigan. An interesting sight to see here, as other drivers that had been queued include the likes of Muro-sama and Watakashi Uno, who didn't qualify for this race, Jimmy Doki as well. On that Michigan race, the one who grabbed second is actually Olivia Monroe, with Kiki Pyongi on it in 3rd. But anyways, let's not backtrack ourselves too much here, as we're about to start Formula Hololive qualifying here in the SUGO Super Prix. Race 1 of qualifying coming to you right now. Before we proceed any further, we will be adjusting the race duration just a bit, because there is a slight oopsie. So now the clock strikes 10 a.m. Japan time. We are just still getting this thing to load. Alright, now we got this session loaded. Hang on, I forgot to mention about the qualifying thingy. Yeah, hang on. Due to the shortened race duration, we will also shorten the qualifying session to only 5 minutes. So again, give us some slack. We're just loading back. Alright, now we can finally get ourselves ready. We got only 5 minutes of qualifying now to deal with here. But anyways, we got qualifying now finally underway, and we have a few cars currently out on track. I can't really tell if I don't think Izuhara Leo is in this split. I will need to double check. But anyways, cars out on track. We'll see how lap times go from here. But first, I'm just going to check. No, there is no Kizuhara Leo, and it is mostly just a track thingy. But anyways, first cars out on track. Also include Misaki Sakura, Wamakashio, Lexi Bowen in her return to Aero Cup in her finally debut for Sugar in Formula Hololive. That she has excitement 2 years ago before she left the ARO after disagreements. Jeff Rohan currently up there. Daniel Barger now about to finish his lap, so we'll go on board here as we start back in SUGO. Again, a good exit on the final corner for a pretty decent quick run into the start-finish line and into turn 1 here. Break right here at the 50-meter point. Treat this section as a single complex so that you can keep the flow going into the first into the hairpin curve. Downshift very quickly down into second gear. 74.585 for the first sector for Daniel Boggan to come into the S chicane and then into high points and into Rainbow Corner. Great exit on the Rainbow Corner, very important here is you have to set yourself up for this very long back straight, the longest I believe on the track. And then once you get onto the concrete, brake into horseback into the 2 SD corners. You might want to treat this as single corner somewhat. As he now comes on into the second sector here, 161 for Tsuno and Hoshiyomi. To the final corner, and it will be a 105 or rather 106.402 for the Hoshiyomi Suisei driver. Algren has just started his lap. Saka just started his lap. Nakamura has just started his lap. Nakamura is going to go side by side with Lexi Bowen. This is going to be Bowen who's going to be slightly ahead. Oh, some side by side action. All Wim Olgor just started his lap. Cashew with a 108.205. Least much be desired. Sakura 5th. And Sakura, before you say anything, we are trying to adjust your helmet based on ACSBRH, but it's not working right now. So might need to give us some slack. As we got more cars setting very good lap times here. We've got Daniel Barger who's currently on pole position, but we have seen deja vus where Barger set pole position, left a few laps, but has strategy his undoing. But right now, everyone still has hope that Barger can give it his all for Suisei. Given that Suisei has also had her preference towards the bright outfit in recent years. And then also Alex Grant, 106.159. Very great lap there from the driver. Ayu Nakamura continues her hot form after winning in Holo GT3 2 weeks ago. She's now in 3rd place ahead of Muhammad Shakif Reza. Raymond Rosales not having the debut that he wants as he's still being stuck behind traffic. He needs to clear Ryan Kaczynski, who's running in 18th. Wimberly in 14th. Wizard in 17th on his Holo debut. Czech Labrador is doing very well in 12th. And Tannerall trying to find form after his win in Holotype in the Autopolis 160 minutes. Lexi Bowens has returned to air, proper start in air for F Holo. Has done herself wonders. She now qualifies 7 first-time starters. Does has one more chance, but is going to lose out though to Ripa. Kaczynski, who's currently running in 20th. Sakura not enjoying this qualifying session one bit, as she will start last place. Olgor, meanwhile, has improved to get into 4th. Asahi has been doing very well for himself. He now gets into provisional pole by 5/1000th of a second ahead of Alex Grant. More drivers finishing their laps. No, I don't notice anyone improving so far, as we're looking into the final cars that will be crossing the line. Too late, so no improvements from their end. So that will confirm it to you. Alex Grant, or rather Joshua Asahi, has the pole position for race 1 of the SUGO Super Prix. Interesting developments with this qualifying session finally coming to an end. So with that being said, we will congratulate Joshua Asahi with a pole time of a 106.154 for Hakui Koyori to continue stamping his authority in Formula Hololive Japan. With that being said, let's introduce everyone to the starting lineup here for race 1 of the SUGO Super Prix. We got Joshua Asahi on pole position with Alex Grant alongside him in 2nd. Daniel Barger will start 3rd for Hoshimashisuise with 4th place Rim Olgor for Ozura Subaru. 5th place Nakamata Kaius is Alton Tannerall starts 5th with Akai Hatus is Nakamura starting in 6th. Row 4, Mohamed Shakif Reza for Moses Nene and Isekai Jimikolai for Sakura Miko. And then we got Lexi Bowen for Shogai Noel in her Formula Hololive debut after 2 years of waiting in the sidelines, or rather just being out there. And Hoshizuna Rio starts 10th for Nakiri Ayame. Got Czech Labradors 11 for Matsuri with 12th place Russian Karashio for Laplace Darkness. Rohan starts 13th for Toa with 14th Zeke Wimberly for Toa and Fubuki. And then we got Mohamed Kashu 15th for Watame and 16th Callan Gibbons for Roboco. 17th Ozane Wizard for Utinigami Korone in his F-Holiday debut with 18th place Kamen Riba for Shiro Botan. 19th place, Raymond Rosales, also on his debut for Shiranui Flair, alongside Raiju Kaczynski for Yusuke Choko in 20th, and Misaki Sakura 21st for Himemori Luna. Massive intrigue as to how the race will proceed, as we are just going to get the cameras just about ready. Who thought that was a good idea? But anyways, we got the 21 cars currently lining up on the grid. We got Joshua Asahi on pole position, Alex Grant in 2nd place. The lights on your screen are coming up to you now. And we are gonna be racing here in Sportsland SUGO, and it's gonna be Joshua Asahi having a great start here at the front. That's right, now under pressure from Daniel Barger as he tries to get himself into 3rd, but not before Rim Olgo tries to fight him, fend him off for 3rd place. Terrell stays in 5th, Nakamura pretty easily as drivers might go side by side at the S's. Side by side action here as we see Wimberley get up to 13th. Rio now goes up to 9th. Go before Alexei Bowen though tries to have that fight here. So it's now going to be Joshua Asahi leading. Alex Grandrim, Allgore, Daniel Barger, Alex Tarao. Irene Nakamura now goes up into 5th place against Tarao. Nicholas 7 against Chuck Preza in 8th. Rio 9th and now defending against Alexei Bowen in 10th. Oh, and that's Alson Tarao. What's happened to him? It looks like he just went off into the tire barriers, and that's gonna be him out of the race. That's massive damage to the number 5 car. And it's just a rookie mistake though for Tarao. He just went straight into the outside of SB out. Just understeer into the barriers here, and that's gonna be our first retirement of the weekend. Which is very unfortunate here, given that Tarao is currently 3rd place. I don't think he's currently 3rd place. Oh, and that's someone going slowly. And that's Raymark Rosales. I'm not sure what's happened to him, as he now goes very slowly on the track. He now blocks the field, and we got more drivers currently being blocked by Raymark. Not sure what's happened there. Looks to me that drivers are still just not trying to get away from the stricken car of Raymark Rosales, as he is currently having a pretty damaged car. I'm not sure what happened there. So we are just gonna check replays temporarily. I think we have pressed restart. Okay, never mind. We will try to restart the race here. The race first start will be aborted. We will see if there will be changes here. Man, what a chaotic first set of starts here that we've had, or rather first start, honestly. So we are just gonna try again at a second attempt at the start. Let's see if there are gonna be repetitions of that. So, take 2 on this race start. We got Joshua Asahi on pole position, Alex Grant in 2nd place for race 1 of the SUGO Super Prix. And we're go here, and it's going to be a decent start here from Alex Grant. This time he takes the race lead away from Joshua Asahi. Allgore now goes up into 3rd. Alson Tarao now trying to defend against Irene Nakamura as side by side, trying to press the replay button, but instead hit the restart button. So apologies there. Meanwhile, we are looking at the other cars here as we now get to see Alex Grant leading Joshua Asahi, Allgore, Barger, and Tarao, Nakamura, Alexei Bowen, Shaki Preza, Shakalak Boris, currently looking top half of the field. Right now, the timing tower is not working right now, so we might turn on our backup timing tower as we now get to see drivers crossing the line, and we now still see an issue with the timing tower because Wim Allgore is actually leading this race. It's actually Joshua Asahi and Alex Grant, but they are not being counted. So we are just gonna be turning off the ACTV now and using the alternate I'm using the alternate graphics from CMRT. Thank you for CMRT for your graphic information. Chaco Labrador still going up to 9th place as Tarao tries to get one against Daniel Barger. Unfortunately, the issue has been resolved. Disable it. Anyways, Alex Grant now leads Joshua Zahi by 1.3 seconds, with him setting the lap time of 1:07.331, fastest out of anyone so far. As we're now into lap 3, let's take a look into the race field monitor. So, I'm not sure. We don't have the race field monitor here at the moment, but we do have the field on board, especially if we take a look into this graphic here. So we now have Alex Grant at 59 liters. Speaking of which, will be running until the end of the race. This is because we have not changed the fuel tanks here, so that means this is going to be a straight sprint to the finish, at least in these super sprint formats. And now we have Misaki Sakura now hot on the heels of Jack Rohan. Sakura now trying to side against Rohan. He will get herself up into 17th place. Same goes for Raymond Rosales against Raja Kaczynski. Chaka Labradores has made his move against Sergei Bigalev as Chaka Reza now gets under pressure by Zeke Wimberly. Oh, and that's contact between the two. That's going to be something to pay attention. And speaking of which, we do have a bit of a update here as Doki Bird actually has won in St. Petersburg. So congratulations to Doki Bird for her win. And then we got Laimu second, Vienna third, and as it stands right now, it will be provisional. Doki Bird taking the lead in IndyCar. With the road course standings going to Laimu. Doki Bird still has the road course championship lead, with Annie having the oval championship lead. That's your update, at least in IndyCar right now. We still have one more race, I believe, in Texas. In Texas, it says. I think that should be it for Dax's stream, at least I think, but we'll have to double check if there's anything going on. Anyways, we are just checking. Zeke Wimberly is now under pressure from Isekai Mikalev once again. You're going to see Mikalev trying to make an elite move down the inside against Wimberly. There he goes. It's going to be Mikalev now going up to 9th place. Only at around 3 tenths of a second. Alex Grant has pulled away against Joshua Sahi, looking for the Yuki Minza's first win in aero competition since Fujiwara Kamal did it 3 years ago, as Nakamura goes down the inside against Darren Barger. And that will be a move for 4th place. Darren Barger didn't put up a lot of fight. Stop there from Nakamura as she now continues to pull away from the rest of the chasing pack, as she now sets her eyes onto Alison Tara, who didn't have the best of lucks in the first try in race 1. Will try to at least get himself on the podium in race 2. Looks like the race in Texas will be coming in pretty soon. So right right now in the first SUGO race. We now also have Chaka Labradorus now getting his move against Daniel Bogger. There was not having the best of starts as it stands. Still broken. And we are just going to check. Yes, it is still broken, so we are just going to sticking with CMRT. But anyways, you now get to see this battle for second place. Joshua Asahi in second place. Rambo Algor third. Alcantara fourth. Oh, look at that Santara though, having a great exit off the final corner. Tries to go down the inside against Rambo Algor to go for his second podium in Formula Hala. He did this here at this very racetrack a year ago, and that essentially put him into the CO Cup. And now this is going to be a routine move for Antanaro, as he is now very spurred on from his win at Autopolis in Hololive, and he now gets up to third place. Now trying to chase his way into second place against Joshua Asahi. Take nothing away from Alex Grant. No, he has been absolutely stellar. He's the only driver currently to have been set lap times of 107, trying to finally bring effort to the Yuki Alami team. Currently, Alex Grant is in 5th place in Split A, and as it stands, he will be thrusted forward into not the lead, honestly, because he's still pretty much far back against Russian Karashu. But again, Russian Karashu is only 13th. More battles coming up. We might see Zeke Wimbley making chase against Lexi Bowen, who's trying to make herself back, get one back against Mikolev. Great racing here in Golden Week, as Cashew now move ahead of Cameron Reba. Raymond Rosales now trying to go toe-to-toe with Reba once again. So still waiting in the wings as Raymond Rosales cannot land the move. Leslie Bowen now up in 8th. Chacabreza up in 10th. Cashew 15th. Raymond Rosales 17th. We are seeing lots of slingshot action here in Sportsland SUGO. Racing has yet to disappoint us, as we see Lexi Bowen now against Daniel Barger. Daniel Barger continues to fall down in the race, as Lexi Bowen now goes up to 7th. We are just checking here on the other drivers here. Shaka Reza now goes up into 9th place. So looking into the rest of the field here, it's now an 8-second gap over over Asahi there, Alex Grant. Gonna look back into what's happened here on lap 1 after lap 11. 10 laps complete after what has been a chaotic first start. This is the second start, and right now we are checking. Wim Olker has passed Al Santana back for 3rd place. Very great stuff. Right now we are checking into other movements here. Jimmy Mikalev against Muhammad Shakib Reza in 9th place. Cashier now goes up into 14 cents count. Gibbons down to 15. Not the championship that he is looking for. Not the championship battle that he's looking for. Gonzalez now. Also providing chase for Calvin Gibbons on the final points position so far. Now in 9th place against Muhammad Shakib Reza, who is currently in hot pursuit against Mikalev. Oh, you can see here, Ziegler really trying to go around the outside though to find something against Shakib Reza. And you can see here, Jimmy Mikalev also trying to go around the outside. Shakib Reza currently and now we get to see here Jimmy Mikalev again trying to find a way against Muhammad Shakib Reza. These two are giving it their all though. Reza though stays up in 9th place. Joshua Sahi now has the fast start of the race. Looks like the momentum is now back into the Hakui Koyori driver. The gap's now dropped down to 8.8 seconds. And speaking of which, Alto Santana now has the personal best that he has been able to set so far. Now 13 laps into the race. Just a bit of a break here because we are just trying. Right now we are checking that there is currently a balance at the top two. Right now Joshua Sahi has lost a lot of time against Alex Ren here. Secretly against Jimmy Mikalev. Now drops down to 11. Raymond Rosales is just overtaking Calvin Gibbons for him to get into the points here. And right now we are checking once again here. We are looking at Alex Grant, who has a pretty decent run here into the mini sectors here. 107.690 for Grant. Asai looking to pull something back. And now we got Daniel Barger down to 9th place, being overtaken by Muhammad Shakib Reza. So and here comes Alson Tarot now going down the inside once again against Rim Olgor, and that will be Antanarao in 3rd place, back onto the podium. Holy. And speaking of which, we are just looking at Antanarao, who is currently absolutely charging forward so far. Ziegler against Barger. He's now down into 10th place. Now waiting in the wings. Raymond Rosales, though, meanwhile, is charging right now. He is currently in 14th place. Speaking of which, we are just looking at some potential movements here. Daniel Bogger still doing pretty decently so far, but he's only been able to set 109 and 110s, which I believe at this rate will send him outside the points, but not before second. Mikolev sees pressure from Hoshizono Rio. He's now up into 11th with great stuff here so far from Rio. And yes, we have had information updated from our headsets. It's a bit of a fun fact here. Ari Nakamura is currently the youngest driver in aero competitions, born in 2010, age 15. Yes, we do have essentially Wonder Kids racing here in aero competition, so and the aero does have a safe environment, so don't need to worry about that. Which, for comparison, and also something a bit of a tangent here, Hololive International. Ryan Kagawa is, I believe, just 18 years old. Currently leading for Hololive International for Marissa Ravencroft, and his championship rival, when it comes to age profile, is in the complete opposite. Javier Lusby, born in 1983. 1983. I'll need to remind you. Which means that he is 42 years old minimum. Meanwhile, we got Isagaji Mikolev and Rustin Kurashio trading blows once again, and now Mikolev now going up into 12th place. Mulgore now still on the chase against Tantaro. Tantaro still on the chase against Joshua Asahi. 107.745 for Grant. Joshua Asahi still has the fastest lap. Rem Olgor now has the fastest lap of the race, 106.177. And right now he is on the hunt against Alton Tanarau, who is running in second, third. Joshua Asahi running in second place. Meanwhile, we got Raymond Rosales now going up into 13th place against Rustin Kurashio. What a comeback drive that we are seeing here from Raymond Rosales. Hang on, I might need to turn off temporarily, as we are just going to back to tower. And right now, we're not picking up Raymond Rosales in the ACTV tower. Right now, the top two are currently at an impasse against Alex Grant, but we still have lots of the race to go. Fourth, and Nakamura also running in 5th place. And Grant now dropped down to 7.6 seconds. We will see 107.4 for Alex Grant. How will Joshua Asahi respond? 7.590, so not much of an improvement here. Raymond Rosales, meanwhile, doing very well in 13th place. Mohamed Kashido going down the inside against Rustin Kurashio at horseback. Who sends Kurashio off, and it's going to be Casio now up into 14th place for the Watamates. Trying to go down, trying to defend. Valiant Charge now goes up into 12th place. What a move that was from the Shiranui Flair driver, the elf friends really needed a true elf friend in that car, and right now Raymond Rosales is fighting tooth and nail to actually tell them that you indeed belong in the Shiranui Flair number 20 cars. On how it looks like so far. Oh, and that's Raymond Rosales actually going off, but he manages to recover just ahead of Mohamed Cashew. He will lose a position against Isekai Mikalev. And as you can see here, there was a side-by-side battle with Mohamed Cashew that's actually continue on throughout. And you can also see though, and in the replay, Raymond Rosales actually overcooking the corners, and now you can see that there's slight pressure because I think he's overdriving the car a bit. Rosales now needs to calm down. He needs to get himself back in competition. He's now still has a lot to go here. Alcantara, now the only driver to have been able to set a 106, trying to give chase to Joshua Asahi. We still have, I think we're on lap 23 right now, so we still need to pay attention to progress here. Lexi Bowen having a quiet race as it stands right now in race 1 of the SUGO Super Prix. Mark Rosales on that Shiranui Flight number 20. Sono Rio has been trying to get a win for Adak-RMS and has done so earlier this season. He won the Colorways Harmony Grand Prix at Fuji Japan races Japan Split A race 1. Now goes up into 11th place. Have yet to win in Formula Hololive. Has won in Hololive GT3 in the Autopolis 400. 500. And by the way, this race is currently the only Super Prix race of the season, at least in qualifiers. We won't have a Super Prix until we reach the CEO Zako phase. As Mikalev and Rio go toe-to-toe between each other, side by side. Once again, into turn 1, we're going to go on board with Sono Rio this time. Goes off and gets overtaken by Mark Rosales in that car number 20. Amazing charge. Laps complete, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And right now we are still looking at what possibly an amazing charge there from Raymond Rosales in race 1. Mike Cashew though trying to defend against Hoshizuna Rio. Tries to go around the outside, defends around the outside, but Mike Cashew now goes up into 13th place. Raymond Rosales is going to be aiming for a top 10. Here's an interesting battle to look into. Becoming currently in 10th and 11th. Speaking of which, we got Mikhailov trying to fight Daniel Barger, who now has been able to set 108. Daniel Barger is currently the first driver on the field to have been able to only set a 108. And meanwhile, we got Daniel Barger and Raymar Rosales, or rather, this is Sergei Mikhailov and Raymar Rosales. Raymar Rosales continues his amazing charge up the field. He now gets up into 11. He started near the back of the field previously, with him only starting in row 10. But now he's looking at the precipice of getting into the top 10 by sheer driving talent. And that has got to be something to celebrate. As right now, Raymar Rosales tries to have a very good exit off of Rainbow Corner into the backstretch. Peeling down the inside, Raymar Rosales, will he be thinking of a move down the inside? And then we have confirmation here. Raymar Rosales after a hard battle with Daniel Barger, which essentially came in at the main straight here earlier on. We now have confirmation that Raymar Rosales has now broken into the top 10. What an amazing drive that was from Raymar Rosales. Whew. That was pretty much a great run so far from what has been a talented driver in aero competitions. 2 years, 2 years of waiting for the Elf Friends to finally have an Elf Friend step up in the seat, and now we have Raymar Rosales absolutely delivering on set promise so far. He will try to bring that flare number 20 into the CEO Cup. And right now, in his position right now, in 17th, still has a long way to go. Rosales now setting a 107-109. The previous lap is looking into Zeke Wimberly, but the gap between 10th and 9th is just too great. And with so little time remaining, you have to wonder if that's going to be as good as it gets for Raymar. But again, it's a bit of you need a bit of luck there if you want to really move up the field, as well as relying on your talents. We are at a lot of it. Alex Grant, meanwhile, has lost a lot of time against Joshua Sahi at a 106.943. It has been coming since like the second half of the race. Alex Grant's pace has fallen off, and this is why. Lap cars currently in the way, and Ultimate Wizard is the first driver who will be blocking Alex Grant's path, and that will mean Joshua Sahi, Alton Tannerau, and Rim Olgor now have their doors open for a chance for them, either one of them, to get this race win. It gets even better here as we're now now the gap's dropped down to 7/10 of a second between Alex and Joshua Asahi. This will mean that Joshua Asahi will be on a hard charging pass, will be in a hard charge to get his second win in Formula Hololive for Hakui Koyori, and it will be a run in the back stretch, a run in the front stretch. It will be Asahi trying to potentially make a move against Alex Grant, but Alex Grant blocks him off. And right now coming into the dastardly S section here and the hairpin. Asahi still trying to find something against Alex Grant right now. Ooh, still going off wide, and Sakura has now made her move against Cal Gibbons for 16th place. The Himori Luna driver doing whatever she can to provide some attacking chance. And now whether or not she can get herself back into the points against Russell Kurashio, that's still yet to be seen. This will dent her chances of staying inside the top 10. But meanwhile, we got Joshua Asahi still defending against Alex Grant with, I believe, 4 laps to go. Or 3 laps to go. Here how many cars are currently blocking this pack. Jeff Raw running in 20th, Wizard in 21st, Grandma in 19th, Kaczynski 18th, Gibbons now 17th, Sakura is now pulled away, and the gap against herself and Crush have now closed down. She might get some consolation. As you can see here, Joshua Asahi makes her move, makes his move against Alex Grant for the race lead at horseback, and that will be the Koyori driver in the lead. Does Alex Grant have any response as Joshua Asahi now tries to clear Alternate Wizard, as momentum is going to go back to Alex Grant soon. And now Tanner possibly is going to make a move down the inside to get himself into second. This might be his best result in Formula Hololive if it stays that way, and he now gets up into second. Joshua Asahi meanwhile still stuck behind traffic with, I believe, 2 laps to go. Much to look into here. As you can see here, Joshua Asahi now on the precipice of getting this race win for Hakui Koyori, his second for Koyori, and I believe Koyori's his third. As Fabio Mendes used to win in the Japan Grand Prix Sprint B race back in the day, in 2023 of course, and now coming into lap 33 on what might be the final lap. Joshua Asahi will now try to clear Alternate Wizard. As you can see here, Alex Grant and Rim Olgor, they're going to go at it between each other. We don't know if this is the final lap or not, and Nakamura is now going to join in on the fight. And Nakamura now sends Alex Grant down to 5th, but not before Grant stays on the inside line, and that's going to give him the room for him to get up there. Joshua Asahi, very much a calculated driver. We weren't expecting much of a result from him, but oh my goodness, he has been able to clear the lap cars. He has been able to pick his fights. Very well calculated, as what Koyori would expect, as Nakamura and Nakamura go side by side. Joshua Asahi is going to come down to a few more corners left. And in this SUGO Super Pre Split A race, he has been the star of the show, clutching up in the most opportune moments. Will cross the line. And it will be the final lap here in Sportsland SUGO. We got one more lap to deal with as Labradors now goes on to stay ahead of his fellow Gen 1 teammate Irie Nakamura. And now, for good measure, tries to clear Alex Grant once again, but this time he sends Grant on the outside line at the hairpin, and that's not gonna do him any favors. He was leading 4 laps ago, and now he has the race lead snatched away, and now he is now falling down the order as we speak, as Misaki Sakura now tries to find a way past Rustin Kurashio for him to score a solitary point. Joshua Sahi, meanwhile, has done no wrong. It's a very well-calculated run for this race win. Very much calculated, even though there's a bit of Zuno in him. Bring in the equations, bring in the calculators. We're going to be celebrating this until the cows come home. Joshua Sahi crosses the final quarter and is about to cross the finish line here in the SUGO Super Prix Split A Race 1. And he gets the winner for Hakui Koyori. Alison Tanaro finishes second in what should be his best ever finish in Formula Hololive. Great stuff there from the drivers. Joshua Sahi, meanwhile, is going to be set to take this race lead. Alison Tanaro is going to be setting himself way further up. Rem Olgor, meanwhile, will be scoring a great podium finish to get himself into the Suyo spot for now, as we're getting into the halfway stage of qualifiers for Split A. Labrador's in his debut. Very great run for him for the Matsuri car, as we now get to see Misaki Sakura still unable to make the pass against Kurashio. Bowen 7, Shakureza 8, Wimberley 9. Ray Mazos completes a charge up the field, getting to 10th, but it's not going to be enough though. Rustin Kurashio will be taking that 15th place. We're just gonna go into this because we know it's already over at this point. So we now have received confirmation. Joshua Sahi takes this win for Hakui Koyori, what should be his second time for Koyori, and Koyori is his third in Formula Hololive. Alton Taro grabs his best ever finish in Formula Hololive in second. Rim Olgo third for Ozora Subaru. Fourth place Chaka Labradors in his debut. What a great start that was for his time in Formula Hololive. Fifth place Alex Duran for Yukana Lamy. It was a race for him for the taking, but it hasn't come into fruition. Irie Nakamura will score a very solid 6th place for Akai Hato. 7th place Lexi Bowen for Shirogane Noel will also be something to note as she gets ever so closer to the CEO cutoff. Shakariza 8th for Momo Suzunene. Will still remain in the cutoff as it stands. Zeke Wimberley, meanwhile, continues to somewhat struggle in Formula Hololive with 10th place Raymond Rosales for Shorinoi Flair, as he now is in 10th place. Still in the Zako spots for now. Daniel Barger finishing in 11 is not something that he is hoping for, but at least he still stays within the Suyo. Cashew 12 for Tsunamaki Watame. Still puts him in well deep into the Zako spots. Pickle in 13th place. Doesn't go any farther. Hasn't made progress so far for his race for the Suyo. Hoshizuna Rio having a bit of a dud this race in 14th place, but he's still inside the Suyo at the moment. And last but not least, is Rustin Kurashio, who was the championship leader. He will now drop down behind Joshua Sahi, his fellow Gen 6 teammate. As we're about to see the replay, we will be checking into the championship standings here. And this is how it looks so far with 3 races done. Joshua Sahi now leads the standings by 376 points, ahead of Rustin Kurashio with 331. A great result from Alto Centaro sends him into the top 4. I'm going to also point out this here. If Alex Ren does win this race, he will have also taken the championship lead. But alas, this is what happened. Irie Nakamura 5th, Chaka-Labradors has now sent Matsuri number 7 into a Suyo spot. In 6, Rio 7, Wizard 8th after inheriting Sean Pauly's positions. Barger 9 and Rim Olgor now thrusts himself into the Suyo spots. And Mama Reza is still inside the... is now inside the first... is now inside the wildcard spot. Saki Sakura in 12th place, and the first Zako spots is in 12. Rohan 13th, Wimberley 14th, Lexibo 15th, Kaczynski 16th, Cashew 17th, Raymond Gonzalez 18th, Reba 19th, Mikula 20th, and Cal Gibbons that last in 21st. Anyway, we are going to move ourselves into qualifying. We will switch ourselves back into ACTV. So we are just going to get this qualifying session properly underway. First cars out on track. Now this time is the reigning race winner Joshua Asahi. And he really needs to get consistency though, because there's still lots to fight for. Meanwhile, there's Lexi Bowen and Chaka-Labradors trying to find something for them. Anyways, we are looking at Lexi Bowen about to start her lap. Chaka-Labradors is probably going to have a harder time. As Joshua Asahi now starts his flying lap. We'll see where Joshua Asahi stands at the moment. He will have his clear lap times. 18.5, not what we're looking for so far. Now looking into Joshua Asahi down into horseback. Pretty tight so far. And now coming into the second timing lead. Let's see where Asahi is right now. 53.811 is decent so far. Kaczynski, or rather, he will start the lap. Joshua Asahi was at 108.665, not the lap time that he wants to start off. If fighters can provide a fitting response. There it is. Chaka-Labradors, second place. Lexi Bowen, third. Callum Gibbons taking provisional pole, 107.058. Great stuff there. Gibbons already won in holotype this year. Will he be able to win again? We'll have to wait and see. As well by Cashew, 106.720 for the Tsunamaki Watame driver. The Watame currently up in the provisional pole. Raymond Rosales continues his amazing SUGO Super Pre run in 5th. Austin Wizard 2nd. And Taro 7th. Reba now in 7th. Mikolev now in provisional pole, beats Hoshizano Rio by 4, or rather 3 hundredths of a second. Kaczynski 13th, Nakamura 12th, and Tanara 11th. Sakura is still down in 17th, not finding the pace that she's looking for. Shakib Reza gives the best a surprise at 106.228 for the Neko. Sakura gets slight improvement. She gets up into 108.77. Asahi, after winning race 1, is going to start at the back in race 2, right near the back. Raymar Rosales with 9th. Wimberly 15th. Qualifying sessions have concluded, and if there's one consistency that we want to pay attention to, it's Rim Olgor up in the top spots here. He's the only one in the top 5 from the previous qualifying in race 1, who is currently still inside the top 5 in race 2. So this is qualifying for race 2. Sakura has not seen any improvements. Or is it still in his lap? Looks like he will be continuing, but will it be enough? I don't think it will be the case. Wimberly goes up into 14th. The last round that will be crossing the line, Rustin Crasio, who is going to be set to qualify at the back. No improvements from other drivers. Roger Kaczynski goes up to 6th. That's a surprising run from the Yusuke Choco driver. But anyways, it's official. Mamashaka Reza gets to a pole position time with a 106.228. He will start on pole position for the 3-time race winner. And now introducing the starting lineup here for race 2 of the SUGO Super Race. Shaka Reza starts on pole position with Rim Olgor in 2nd. Isagaji McCullough 3rd, with Nakamura 4th, Hoshizuna Ryo in 4th. Shashi will start 5th with Kaczynski in 6th. Osner Wizard 7th with Cal Gibbons 8th. Alex Grant 9th. Raymar Rosales 10th. And then Chaka Labrador's 11th. We got Lexi Bowen 12th. 13th place goes to Ripa, with Antero starting in 14th. 15th place goes to Zeke Wimberly. Nakamura starts 16th. Sakura 17th, Joshua Asahi, your rating race winner, in 18th, and then we got Jeff Rohan 19th, Daniel Bogart 20th, 21st, Rustin Caraccio, and that will be the grid here for the SUGO Super Prix race 2. And we are just going to adjust the cameras one more time, as we are just about to zoom into the cars. So here we go. We got race 2 of the SUGO Super Prix starting to get underway. We got Mamashaka Reza in pole position with Rim Olgor in 2nd place. It's the time now for racing in Split A, race 2. There we go. It is. It's a great start there from Mohamed Shakib Reza, but not before Rim Olgor starts to steal it away. As it now goes side by side after the exit of the first 2 corners. Rio now goes up into 3rd, Kaczynski 5th, Gibbons now staying in 7th so far. Cashew now goes up into 5th so far. Rio goes down. Wizard stays in 8th. It looks like Misaki Sakura's gained up a position as well, and she now goes side by side with Alton Terra. Misaki Reza now leading Olgo by 1.5 seconds. Mikolev 3rd, Shakashi 4th, Rio 5th, Kaczynski 6th, and then Gibbons 7th. Also Wizard 8th, trying to find one back in Gibbons. Grant 9th, and Labrador is in the top 10. Oh, side-by-side action there. Wizard tries to pull away against Gibbons. Oh, gets set off into the grass. Gibbons is going to use that as an opportunity. And he now goes up to 7th. Lexi Bowen trying to chase. Labrador's now trying to defend. And now it's going to be Riba now up into 10th place. Sakura goes up into 15th inside the points for the first time this weekend. And that's a massive crash from Labrador's and Lexi Bowen. What has happened there between these two? We will have to check. Here, Lexi Bowen is on board. Oh, that's just very messy from Lexi Bowen. Just plowing into the back of Labradorus. There's another onboard here. You can see here, Lexi Bowen just broke too late and sent both of them spinning. Not the race that they have in mind. As we now get to see our first time here in Split B. Now it was there. Oh, man, it was almost off screen when they made contact live. Man, that was messy from the perspective of those two, as they will now be retiring from the race. They will not take any further part in the Split A races. Shaka Reza now pulls away against Remolgor, and what might be a sign of the times. Left staying in third, Cashew 4th, Rio 5th, Kaczynski 6th, Gibbons 7th, Wizard 8th, Grat 9th, Riba 10th, 106 for Shaka Reza on what might be a noticeable pattern. That puts Sakura up into 13th, Charo 14th, Rohan 15th. Crazy stuff here, as we still have a yellow flag reminder. Not sure why it's still there, but we're just gonna go along because right now all of the stripping cars are cleared. 3/10 of a second on the gas between one of these drivers. Looking at Old Warwick 11 Cashew being one of the packs to look into. Rio, Kaczynski, Gibbons, Wizard, Grant, Riba, Rosales also being another. So expect lots more racing action here. Second Reza now sets the fastest lap. He will try to go for luck. To become the most successful Formula Hololive Japan driver, overtaking his brother's record as it stands right now. If he does win this race, as Raymond Rosales now goes back into the top 10. So he is looking for something for him to march his way into the all-time wins record in Formula Hololive Japan. It now is a tiebreaker so far. And based on the record so far, if we look into the 2024 JP season, speaking of which, we do we have copied the sheets. I'm just going to point out a few things here. So we have copied a few of the sheets. So we still have Shaka Reza now leading Olgor by 7 seconds. Mikolev now in third. Kaczynski 6th, trying to find a way past Hoshizuna Rio. Now before Osner Wizard tries to go around the outside. That hasn't been fruitful so far. still very much a great chart so far. And Tarag, Ryder Griba and Sakura going toe-to-toe between each other in what would be a Super Chocoluna time battle. Well, half of it. All Super Chocoluna time is in this split. Over in second, Kaczynski in 6th, Griba 13th, Sakura 12th. Interesting developments. Wizard trying to chase YJ Kaczynski for 6th, Rio in 5th. Kesha meanwhile trying to give chase to Mikolev once again. Lots of drivers getting chased there. Sakureza fastest lap 106.684 for the most internet driver who just turned 18 this year. Olga meanwhile has set a response as good as that, 106.612. Oh, here comes Omar Kashido now trying to make a move down the inside against Isekai Jibekalev. He now goes up into 3rd. We saw the development with Cashew having a great run with Mikalev not having a great run. They were already side by side at the hairpin, or rather at the start of the back straight. And right now, will we see a disturbing trend happen again in this race? We'll have to wait and see. As we now can see Mikalev pull one back against Mikalev. Right at Cashew. And Cashew still manages to hold on for now. Wizard stays in 6th. And now we got to see, so that's Nakamura and Joshua Sahi for 16 and 17. Last race they were fighting in the top 5, and now they're fighting for 16th place. Crazy how life inverts your position in the flick of the switch. Walker currently in 2nd. Cashew still trying to find way. We are at 7 laps complete. Outside though, Isekai Jimekala trying to grab a better exit though, but I think it's not going to be enough. Or does it? Is it? Going down the inside goes Mikalev. Oh, great stuff there from the Sakaramiko driver. As he is going to stay around the outside though, fending off against Mohamed Cashew. You see it here on the bottom right of your screen. And it's been a golden week of racing so far, with lots of action between the drivers. We now have Nakamura now going down the inside against Joshua Asahi, but this time we have Asahi defending around the inside at the hairpin, forces Nakamura off wide, and forces Nakamura to back off. Great racing. Shaka Vreza now starting lap 10. Rebel Olgor in the 2nd place, Cashew 3rd, Mikalev 4th. And if we want to talk about potential battles, this might be where you need to be. But let's also not discredit Alex Grant though. He's currently on the charge against Callum Gibbons. He might take a move down the inside. There is a move down the inside. Callum Gibbons now on the outside. Alex Grant on the offensive. Same goes for Raymond Rosales against Zeke Wimberly. This time Raymond Rosales defends against Zeke Wimberly. Meanwhile, Gibbons defends against Alex Grant. Raymond Rosales defends against Zeke Wimberly. And almost at the same position, and almost at the same part of the racetrack. side-by-side action here. Wimberly against Raymond Gonzalez once again. Take two coming into horseback. Zeke Wimberly having a history of winning here for Okami Mio. He might not have a chance to do it for sure. Kami Fubuki is number one, Oshi. Going down the inside against Hoshizuna Rio this time into turn one. Wizard still hangs around the outside and the inside line. He was already making his charge at the exit of the final corner, and now he manages to nail himself into the top five. You look into the records that we have seen so far, and it has been pretty much a positive thing as far as everyone is concerned. As we're now coming into lap 13, now we get to see McLaren and Cashew going side by side once again, almost going off there, Mohamed Cashew, but manages to keep himself back on track. But this will cost him the podium positions right now, as Mikhailov now goes up into third. Morgor staying in where he is right now, but he is 15 seconds behind. This is way bigger than Alex Grant's gap towards Joshua Asahi. So Shaki Reza might actually have a better chance here as Misaki Sagar now goes up into, where it is Raymond Gonzalez going back into the top 10 against Zeke Wimberly. A great 10 for 10 action so far. Very much great mixing action here in Autopolis, rather Sportsland SUGO. We are just going to... Ooh, that's Wimberly under pressure from Raymond Gonzalez once again. And Tara also making his move against Jeff Rohan. At the same time, Nakamura making her move against Joshua Asahi at the same first sector. Whew. Lots of action here so far. But anyways, we are going to take a slight break here, as we are going to be off the commentary for a lap or two to chill the throat and to rest ourselves. That has been a very much hectic first 12 laps here so far. Hope you enjoyed the stream as I have been so far. We'll see you in a few minutes. Stay tuned and take care. Sportsland SUGO, and we are looking into some interesting developments so far. Olgor have now been overtaken by Isekaijin Mikolev. The last time we checked, it was Olgor leading Cashew and Mikolev. But now it is Mikolev leading Olgor and Cashew. And this time Mikolev is going to try to give Sakura Miko her first win in Formula Hololive. But right now nothing's coming so far. Very interesting here. And Shakib Reza currently leading this race by 11 laps, but remember the lap car issue. Right now we're already halfway, and Shakib Reza is already 2/3 or rather 3/4 away from meeting Russian Kurashio and Daniel Barger. Barger currently occupying the final 2 spots for drivers currently remaining in the race. Nikolai now sets a personal best, or rather a fastest lap, 1:06. That was a great lap though from Isekaijin Mikolev. We're checking onto the replays again to see what time specifically Isekaijin Mikolev has set. 1:06.251. Amazing stuff there from Mikolev. Anyways, if you enjoyed the stream, again, you feel free to drop a like. If you want to see more Hololive racing, you can drop a subscription. And if you want to see be notified of all the races coming up, there's a notification bell that you can hit. I'm not stopping you if you don't want to, but there's options. Lap 18, we have now officially passed the halfway stage. Shakib Reza is right here. Russian Kurashio is right here. There's Mama Shakib Reza. And there is Barger and Kurashio. Whew. Pretty crazy scene if you think about it, because right now Shakib Reza really needs to manage his pace, and when he does meet Kurashio soon, he needs to clear him as soon as possible. And remember, no blue flag rule in the Assetto Corsa. So Cashew, meanwhile, this battle for 3rd place is still pretty much on. Cashew is essentially spurred on as well. He has been noted to have some activity, I believe, when it comes to activity. He has been pretty much active goer. And now Ray Marzales now goes down the outside against Zeke Rimpolito. This is a battle for 9th place. This has already been developing ever since the final corner. He was actually feeling on the outside on the final quarter, but this time Ray Marzales with that outside line move will confirm the inside lines for turns 3 and 4. Whew. This time Wimberley has to fall back against also Callum Gibbons getting inside the top 10. Stands right now, Mohamed Shakib Reza will be taking this win. On what will be a record-breaking 4 wins. We are record-breaking 4 wins in Formula Hololive. So that will be something to be celebrated in the Neko garage. He will not take the championship lead. He will most likely have a cushion coming into the Motegi Grand Prix cutoff race. This now goes down the inside against Raymark Rosales. So far, so good. And right now he is trying to chase Raymark though. Essentially the packs here are just so crazy though. Looking at this, Olgor and Cashew and Wizard now in their own balance up for the top 5. And then we got Rio, Grant, Kaczynski, Rosales, Gibbons, Wimberley, and Antara slowly catching up. Sakar 13th, Rohan 14th, Riba 15th. Still lots more to come. Nakamura 16th, Asahi 17th, Bogner 18th, Kurashio 19th. And there's Cashew and Olgor making a move, and there's Cashew going up to 3rd place. Very great stuff there from the Watami of sorts. And this will put him in the CEO spots provisionally. Tsukaji Mikolev will stay in 2nd place for now, but will he be able to make a late race charge for the CEO? Late race charge for the win against Muhammad Shakib Reza. The gap drop down to 5 seconds. Shakib Reza is losing pace. 1:07.769. What is Mikolev's response? 1:06.446. This is an insane charge afoot here. Mikolev looking for his first win for Sakura Miko in Formula Hololive. He already did it in Hololive GT3, winning for Sakura Miko in the 2023 Autopolis 400. And now he will try to win one more, and this time in Formula Hololive. And the Miko P are currently watching in suspense, because right now it's not confirmed yet on whether or not Mikolev can have this battle against Shakib Reza for the race lead. It's still something that we need to see. Right now, Mikolev is in 2nd place right now, trying to find a way past Muhammad Shakib Reza, but Shakib Reza has not been able to respond so far. But the gap between Kurashio has already diminished to the point of, well, now it looks like this. So Shakib Reza is actually being held back though by Kurashio, currently down in 19th place. Battling for the final point positions here. Reba has been overtaken by Irie Nakamura for 15th place. Shakib Reza now 1:07.660. Mikolev has been able to claw back. Now 1:06.555 is the 2nd difference, and with so much of the race to go, at the very least Shakib Reza has good crossing Kurashio, so Mikolev has another thing that he needs to do. Except Shakib Reza has a 15-second gap against Cashew in 3rd, And it looks like he will be set for 3rd place. Osnay Wizard will be good for 4th place. No, for 4th place. And then we also have Rim Olgor, also good for 5th. Having a very decent run, and that will send him into the CO spots as it stands. Going to Rio 16th, 17th, going to Alex Grant, who it's been a decent so far. So and we've all got Rohan currently running in 15th, 14th, going to Irie Nakamura, and then Sakura will at least grab a single point here to essentially heal the small heal the wounds that have pretty much opened. And Taro will be set to finish 12th. 11th will be Zeke Wimberley. And then we also have news that Rosales and Gibbons have traded blows between each other. Now Gibbons is in 9th. And Raymond Rosales now in 10th. In 8th. Ranked 7th. And right now we do have an interesting gap here so far, as the championship leader has not scored points, and it will be a pretty wide open battle for the CO. Sakura will drop down to 15th place in the standings. Mikalev will be in the first Zako spots. Shaka will be in the cutoff. Shaka Reza's win will elevate him into the CO spots in a comfortable position. Joshizahi is almost set to qualify for the CO, pending results. As Zigumali has overtaken Raymond Rosales. So that is another development here. Rosales has now dropped down into 19th place. Zigumali in 16th as it stands so far. 9 laps, rather 8 laps. Well, that's 7 laps, but anywho, we still have lots more to go. Meanwhile, Sakaji Mikalev has now gotten into the back of Muhammad Shakif Reza. This might be the battle that he's looking for. This is going to be an interesting bout here to see how these drivers will go out on each other. Both of them have already passed Roshi Kurashu and Daniel Bongar with ease. So there are already some changes here. As Alex Grant now goes side by side against Hoshisan Ryo now goes up to 6th. Dal Gibbons now goes up to 8th. More changes here. It's Gibbons over Kaczynski. Here's the change so far. As you can see here, Rio and Grant now still go side by side. It's still Alex Grant over Hoshisan Ryo. Saw that from the outboard cameras. Still got a few more parts of the race to settle, and went for 6. Ray Marzales, meanwhile, staying in the 11th, trying to find a way past Wimberley. Tyrone Nakamura, Sakura. Nakamura has actually overtaken Sakura. Oh, sorry, Sakura has actually overtaken. Hang on. Sakura has been overtaken by Nakamura for 14th place. And Sakura is down in 14th. Rohan is in last place. Asaki, Barger, Lapidors, and Bowen will be set to not score any points this race. Cameron Riba, meanwhile, is chasing Jeff Rohan, though he wants to score that points. Shaka Freza currently still in the lead, in control so far. Will he be able to defend against Isagaji Mikolev and grab that 4th win to essentially tie him, essentially break the record for the most successful Formula Holland and driver in style? Have to wait and see. Jacareza having history of winning in Autopolis. He's had history of winning in... Double check the points here. He won at Tsukuba. He won at Tokachi. Oh wait, no. He won at Autopolis and Tokachi. Not Tsukuba and Tokachi, I don't think. Just gonna double check the thing here. So I'm just gonna give some time to double check the information so far. We got 4 laps to go. It's still pretty much unchanged with the exception of a few, if I'm not mistaken. It's actually Autopolis and Tokachi. Yeah, so Shaka Freza has actually won in Autopolis and Tokachi. So we are just going to adjust the points here. So Shaka Freza has won on Autopolis, he's won at Tokachi, he's won in Suzuka. Will he be able to add another Japanese track to his collection? Weirdly enough, Shaka Freza, his own brother, has yet to win in tracks such as he's won at Shaka Freza has also won at Tokachi and Autopolis. Shaka Freza has also won Motoran. But Shaka Freza has won Suzuka. Coming into 2.5 laps to go. Shaka Freza has been in complete control so far. Talk about a very great run though from the Neko driver, who has done very well to essentially soak up the pressure out of anyone's in the field. And unlike Alex Grant in race 1, Shaka Freza has managed to build a very large gap, which essentially means Shaka Freza is just going to absolutely enjoy it. Looking at win number 4 in his records. Right now there are still no changes in the standings so far. in the Split A's is SUGO Super Free Split A Race 2 results. It's still Shaka Reza, Mikalev, Casio, Wizard, and all the way inside the top 5. And Shaka Reza is about to cross the line, start the final lap. Grant, Rio, Gibbons, Kazuski, and Wimberley make up 6 to 10. Rosales and Tanaro, Nakamura, Sakura, and Rohan make up your final points positions. In which, as it stands right now, Shaka Reza will move into 3rd place. And it might be a very tight championship battle up in the front for Split A supremacy. We'll have to wait and see the official results to come by. And right now, we are not seeing any changes so far. Maybe if Cashew can make a move down the inside against Wizard, that will be a massive upset. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. As Shaka Reza has done pretty much nothing wrong. Moses Nene has bunks in her collection. She kind of treats it as trophies, but Shaka Reza is going to have trophies as trophies, and Shaka Reza will cross the start-finish line to win the 2025 SUGO Super Free Split A Race 2. And in doing so, he now is your record holder for most wins in Formula Hololive Japan, overtaking his own brother as the most successful. Your new king of Formula Hololive Japan has arrived. It's Mohamed Shakib Reza with the win. He now has win number 4. Amazing stuff. Osnet Wizard fends off Mohamed Cashew for 3rd place. That will give him his debut podium in Formula Hololive. And what a result this has been. Olgor will finish in 5th to continue his momentum, to get himself back on track. Grant 6, Rio 7, Gibbons 8, Kaczynski 9, Wimberley 10th. As we're waiting for the rest of the drivers who will be crossing the line. Joshua Sahi and Conan Riba not having the weekends that not having the races that they're looking for. Riba's not having the races that he's been looking for. As we're looking at the drivers who will be crossing the line. Should be everyone crossing the line, and we will be recording to you the results here. Shaka Reza grabs win number 4 for Moses Nene in Formula Hololive Japan, and in doing so breaks the record for most wins in Formula Hololive Japan over his own brother. And Moses Nene for against everyone in JP other than Humori Luna. And then Nikolaev 2nd, Osnet was the 3rd, Cashew 4th, Rim Olgor 5th, Grant 6th, Oshizono Rio 7th, Gibbons 8th, Kaczynski 9th, and Zeke Wimberley inside the top 10. Gonzalez 11th, and Tanner on 12th, Nakamura 13th, Sakura 14th, in her only 4 points that she earns this weekend. She needs to do more if she wants to qualify for the CEO. And Jeff Rohan 15th, Reba 16th, Asahi 17th, Margaret 18th, Gracio 19th, Shaka Labradors in 20th, and Lexi Bowen 21st after a lap 2 collision. So that being said, we are just going to save the replay. And that should be it for the stream, almost. But not before we are going to record the championship standings here. So anyways, let's take a look into the championship standings one more time as we are about to finish off the stream here for today. Now we have Joshua Asahi still now in the championship league with a win and 2nd place. So far, 4 races into the qualifiers. We still got 2 races to go. 1 round to go in the Motegi Grand Prix. Alex Grant has that solitary 2nd place in race 1 of the Fuji race. Shaka Reza grabs his first win of this season and continues a streak of winning in all season Formula Hololive competitions. Well, in all season Formula Hololive Japan so far. Masa Kurashio, 4th. And then we've got Osnet Wizard carrying on the great momentum that Sean Pauly has left behind. Taro 6th, Rio 7th, Olgor 8th, Nakamura goes down to 9th, and Cashew 10th. And that will be of 10 drivers in the CEO. 11th place goes to Isekai Chacalabradores, who's done a pretty decent job of getting up there so far. Because 12th, Barger 13 seconds, 14th. These will be your first 3 drivers who are currently in the ZACO spots, which really tells you all you need to know. Kazuki 15th, Wimberley 16th, Rohan 17th, Lexi Bowen 18th, Ray Marzales 20th, and Cal Gibbons 20th, and then Kamen Reba in 21st. And with that out of the way, we are just going to end the stream right here. I would like to thank everyone for your viewership for the stream. Your viewership is very much appreciated. Anyways, if you like the stream, drop a like. If you want to see more Hololive racing, drop a subscription. And if you want to see, and if you don't want to miss anything coming up, you can hit the notification bell. And that out of the way, that's the SUGO Super Pre Split A races. And we'll see you tomorrow for Split B. Still in the SUGO Super Pre for Formula Hololive Japan, but on the other side of the Pacific, or rather the other side of the Atlantic, we do have the Sebring 80 minutes for Hall Type International. So we hope everyone has been able to tune into that race as well. And with that out of the way, also one more thing, the Sebring 80 minutes will be in 12 hours' time, so hopefully everyone should be able to tune in as well. With that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Marshall in the commentary booth, and this has been the SUGO Super Pre Split A races. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see you tonight, and take care everyone. Well, I can't say don't go anywhere, but anyways, take care everyone, and we'll see you in the next race.